Alright, let's see here. There we go. Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Thursday. Feels like a Friday to me for some reason. Oh, I know why. Because I'm taking a 3-day weekend. So Thursday, we're still on June the 10th of our 1966 full season replay. Game 105, 522. It's the Atlanta Braves at the Pittsburgh Pirates for a 3-game set. Modest losing and winning streaks for both teams. The Braves won this one 8-2 in real life. Let's see who's with us today. Frank with the pre-play, and hello to Kelly. Let's check Frank's pre-play now. Hello there, Mike. Welcome. Okay, I don't see a final score, but it was a shutout for Veal in Frank's game. They took a 4-0 lead and then blew it completely open in the 7th. Hello, Unmitigated. So they blew it open in the 7th. So the Pirates won big, that's safe to say, in Frank's replay. The Braves won big in real life. This would appear to be a mismatch for the Pirates, as the Braves have Ken Johnson. Pretty good card, but he hasn't fared well this year. So maybe the odds are that things will even out a bit for Johnson. Johnson in 10 starts, 2-4 with a 5.53 earned run average, 70 innings of work. He has one complete game. The left-handed Veal has been the ace of the Pittsburgh staff. He's 8-4 with a 2.31 ERA. In 13 starts, he's completed 5 of them and thrown 2 shutouts. His 97 1/3 innings among the league leaders, just 79 hits allowed, and only 4 home runs allowed in 97 1/3 innings. Johnson's given up a dozen in 70 innings, and these are the 2 and 3 ranked offenses in the National League currently. The Astros lead in runs scored, the Braves second, and the Pirates third. Braves with a little more power. But when we get to the pitching, that's what separates the two teams, and that's why the Pirates come in 32-20, second place, 2.5 games back of the Dodgers, while the Braves are 25-31. Braves with a 4.18 ERA, not terrible, but below average. And the Pirates 3.44, third in the league in earned run average. Hello there, Blaine. Welcome in. Good afternoon. We may have us another regular here. That's awesome. Let me fix my chair. Yeah, 3-day weekend because I'm taking 3 days off. And that brings me to another point. Bob Cole suggested something in the comments last night, something I've thought about before. In fact, I tried to do it once, but I couldn't figure out how. And that is how to post a previously played game as a premiere video. I can't find that anywhere on here, so if anybody knows, please post it in the comments or shoot me an email. It would be great to know how to do that. And maybe you have to maybe you have to have 500 or more subscribers to do that. I know I've seen Jeffrey Guterman do it. I couldn't find a button describing that feature anywhere. And then I thought, well, maybe it's because I don't have 500 subscribers yet, although we're getting awful close. So if that's the case, that will eventually be revealed. And hello to Ben. Welcome in, Ben Witz. Okay, we've gone over the pitchers. Johnson, the right-hander. Veal, the left-hander. I'll give you the Braves batting order now. Dennis Menke leads off at third base. Woody Woodward is at shortstop. Haven't seen Michael in a while. Hank Aaron, of course, in right field hitting third. Felipe Alou is in left. There goes my voice again, right on cue. Joe Torre at first base. Rico Cardi will once again be behind the dish doing the catching. He bats sixth. Mac Jones in center. Felix Mion at second base, and Johnson, the pitcher, round out the lineup. Home plate umpire is Augie Donatelli. We have Stan Landis at first, Mel Steiner at second, Al Barlick at third, just over 15,000 in Pittsburgh. Let's see if that was day or night. That was a night game on grass. Again, seems like a small crowd for a Friday night. Oh no, man, on top of the grill. I would think they'd have better sense than that. Well, at least it wasn't hot, I guess, right? But still, I mean, that's I can't believe that. That's just not using your head. There must have been a dozen better places to put it. Cardi again catching, yeah. I'll tell you, I'm almost used to it now, unmitigated. Well, they had to get his bat in the lineup somewhere. He's the leading hitter on the team. Okay, Veal ready to go to work here. Dennis Menke will start us off. He's hitting .257, 4 homers, 19 RBIs. The pitch is going to be a 3-6 left-handed. It's a high fly ball to deep left field. Going back is Moda at the track, at the wall, caught at the wall by Manny Moda. So Menke gave it a ride. Veal gives a nod to Moda, and Woody Woodward will come to bat. Woodward at .286 on the season, enjoying a fine year. No home runs, but 24 RBIs. Veal into the windup. That's going to be a 3-5 lefty. Fly ball to left. Moda again to his left and catches it for out number 2. 2 out, nobody on, and here's Hank Aaron. Aaron, of course, leading the major leagues in home runs with 22. 54 RBIs. Average is still a bit low at 229, but with those power numbers, who's complaining? Veal gets his sign. The pitch to Aaron is a 5-2 right-handed grounder down to third. Bailey will take it. Fires across to Stargell, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Veal. So after half an inning of play, Atlanta 0, Pittsburgh coming to bat against Ken Johnson. 7 was the final, and hello to Frank, 7-0. However, it looked like 4 was all that was needed, huh, Frank? Here's Johnson getting ready to work. Here's the Pirates' batting order. Matty Alou in center field at the leadoff spot. Gene Alley at short. League batting leader Gene Alley, if you please. Manny Moda in left field. Willie Stargell will be at first base today, batting fourth. Roberto Clemente in right field. Jim Pagliarone to do the catching. Bill Mazeroski at second. Bob Bailey down at third. And Veal, a switch hitter, batting ninth. And here's Johnson. Johnson ready to go to work. Matty Alou steps in. Alou batting .320. No homers, 13 RBIs. Left-handed hitter. Well, at least it's clean, Ben. Yeah, it covers. I guess it was probably clean enough where he figured that looks good to me. Still, speaking for myself, I would not have put it there. Johnson into the windup. The pitch to Alou is a 3-11 righty. Grounder to first base. Torrey has it. Feeds Johnson covering, and there's one down. That'll bring up Gene Alley, as mentioned, leading the league in hitting at .375, 3 home runs, 25 RBIs. Well, let's take a look at the league batting leaders for just a second. Let's see who his competition is. Second place would be Ron Santo at .362. Johnson into the windup. Here's the pitch to Alley on a 2-7 righty. He lifts it to left and playable. Felipe Alou is right there and makes the catch. Here's Manny Mota now. Mota, .331 on the season. 4 homers, 17 RBIs. The pitch from Johnson, 1-7 right-handed, and Mota lines that one to left for a 2-out single. They'll get Stargell to the plate here in the first. Stargell batting .287, leads the ball club in home runs with 12 and RBIs with 37. I think they're hiring those now, Ben. I saw a sign the other day, wanted boxes of rocks. Okay, let's check Mota's speed now. He's a star 15 space stealer. Johnson with a fine -4 hold, however. Carty, however, with a +3 arm kind of offsets that. So Mota a 14 with 2 down. He's going to be held on at 12. Here's the pitch to Stargell from the stretch. It's a 6-9 left-handed. Lifts a high fly ball to right. Aaron backing up and makes the catch to retire the side. No runs to hit, 1 left. After 1 inning, we are scoreless. How about that, Franklin? So independent mode. I don't know what that means exactly, but what I gather from it is that you can set it up any way you want. Pops before he was Pops, basically. I wonder how old, I gotta check now. You guys put these things in my head and I have to... How old was Stargell in '66? Well, let's find out. He was only 26 years old this season. 26 years young. Felipe Alou will start off the second for Atlanta. Felipe batting .344, 6 home runs, 33 RBIs. Veal gets the side. Here's the windup and the pitch on a 5-8 right-handed. He lifts the fly ball to straightaway center. Matty Alou backs up and makes the catch. So 1 Alou to another and 1 down. Here's Joe Torre playing first base today. Torre batting .317, 7 home runs, 42 RBIs. That would be second on the team to Aaron. Pitch from Veal on a 2-10 is a ground ball up the middle and through into center field for a base hit. Hard ground ball up the middle for Torre, got through. And here comes the catcher, Rico Carty. Carty leads the club in batting at .356, not enough at bats to qualify, however. 4 home runs, 16 RBIs. Veal checks the runner from the stretch. The pitch to Carty is a 2-5 left-handed. That's a base hit into right field, triple to 2. That's going to be a 2-star single. Torre all the way to third. Base hit down the line. Hooking away, slicing away from Clemente. That enabled Torre to get to third. So runners at the corners, 1 away. Mac Jones coming up. Jones hitting just .187. 3 home runs, 7 RBIs. Let's see how they want to play this. Second inning. Not a lot of ground ball A's. Left on left matchup. I'm going to roll for inner back. Infield will be in for Mac Jones. Veal's pitch from the stretch. 6'4" left-handed. A grounder to short X. That's Alley. Gene Alley at 217, ranging to his left. That's going to be a 1, and he can't get that. He knocks it down, but has no play. That's an infield single for Jones. Scoring is Torrey. Stopping at second, Rico Cardi. So 3 consecutive singles here off of Veal, and it's 1-0 Braves. It is unmitigated. 5E16 with a +3 arm. Now, I've been informed that Cardi was a catcher in the minor leagues. I did not know that before. However, what I do suspect here is there was some reason why Torrey could not catch. Perhaps he had a minor shoulder strain of some kind, arm strain. There has to be a reason why they suddenly moved him to first base. Felix Mion hitting just 156, 5 for 32. First and second runners take their leads. Veal at the windup. The pitch on a 3-7. It's a liner to short, single to 7. And that's going to be speared by Alley. Throws to Mazeroski. Back to the bag in time is Cardi. So a liner to short. Good play by Alley. That's a big out, and here's Johnson, right-handed pitcher, a 2 with N power. Let's double check that. Yes, it is. He does have N power. Veal's pitch is a 4-12 righty, routine grounder to short. It's Alley over to Stargell, and the side is retired. The Braves settle for 1 on 3 hits and leave a pair. And they take a 1-0 lead to the bottom of the second. So yeah, I threw that out there, hoping somebody might be able to tell me if there was some physical reason why Torrey suddenly stopped catching. Torrey sharing catching duties with Gene Oliver until just recently when they started catching Cardi. Bottom of the second, Roberto Clemente will lead things off. One of 6 Pirates hitting 300 or better, and Mazeroski 7th at 299. Clemente batting .310, 8 home runs, 34 RBIs. Not hitting 500 unmitigated, but came in at .356. That would be 3rd in the league if he had enough at-bats to qualify. Here's Clemente now. Johnson into the windup. 2-8 right-handed. He pops him up left side. Woody Woodward will take it. And there's 1 down. Here's the catcher, Jim Pagliarone now. Pagliarone at 270. 6 home runs, 30 RBIs. Ken Johnson with the pitch. It's a 3-5 righty. Called strike 3. First strikeout of the game. Augie Donatelli rings up Pagliarone, and here's Mazeroski with 2 down. Maz, as mentioned, at 299. 2 home runs, 29 RBIs. Johnson with a 2-6 righty. It's a liner to third, single to 10. And that's going to be a base hit for Mazeroski. Another 2-out single for Pittsburgh. Not a threat to run, especially not with Johnson. Of course, that's again, the battery's just -1 thanks to Cardi. So 14 for Maz. Automatically caught on a 12. Bailey will hit away. Bob Bailey at 287, 5 home runs, 20 RBIs. Johnson's pitch on a 2-9, called strike 3. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Johnson. No runs a hit, 1 left. We've played 2, and it's 1-0 Atlanta. Playing update from the World Series project. The 42 Cardinals now have the best record. Stan the Man hitting 382. And not 1, but 2 no-hitters from Max Lanier. Wow. Here's Bob Veal taking the mound for the 3rd inning. Top of the order for Atlanta. Menke flew to left his first time up. Veal into the windup. Here's the pitch to Menke. It's a 6-9 right-handed. Swung on and missed, strike 3. And Veal picks up his first strikeout of the game. And the batter will be Woody Woodward. Woody 0 for 1. Veal with the windup and the pitch. That's going to be a 2-6 left-handed. Liner to short, single to 5. And it's through into left for a base hit. Woody Woodward with a 1-out single. Checking the Pirates battery now. Veal a -1 hold. Pagliarone a 0. So Woodward not a threat to run. Not held at 12. He's not a star stealer. And besides, who's going to risk getting caught stealing with Hank Aaron at the plate? Major League leading home run leader with 22. The Braves in their 57th game. So they're one of the few teams that's past the 1/3 mark. Veal checks the sign from the stretch. The pitch to Aaron is a 210 left-hander. It's a grounder to short, hard hit. Alley has it to Maz for 1. On to Stargell, 6-4-3 double play, and that'll end the top of the 3rd. No runs a hit, nobody left. Right, unmitigated. You know, it's funny. I can't even see Woody Woodward or Mike Ryan without thinking of Michael. We haven't seen Michael in a while. I don't know, Frank. That team could hit. I should point out that as a team, they came in batting .291 as a team. I would say certainly Gene Alley's due for a cold spell. I'll go that far. Ken Johnson will be facing Bob Veal, the switch hitting pitcher, batting lefty against Johnson. Here's the pitch on a 3-10, grounder to short. Woodward has it, throws him out, 1 away. And here's Matty Alou. Alou 0 for 1. Johnson gets the sign from Rico Cardi. Here's the pitch. It's a 5-11 left-handed. Fly to right field X. That's the Gold Glover Hank Aaron out there. A 1E4. Aaron spinning back into the right on a 15. He makes a nice running catch. Sorry, right field. Same result. I'm looking at Aaron now to, yeah, he is rated in center field. I know he played a few games in center in his career. However, he drops to a 3 range from a 1. Not rated in left field. Oddly rated at second base, 4E30. I just now noticed that. I guess I wasn't looking for it before. It's right there on the card. 2 down, here's Alley. Ken Johnson with the windup and the pitch. It's a 5'11 right-handed fighter, right X. Aaron again. 1E4. Racing towards the line on a 2. Leaps and makes a tremendous catch, taking possible extra bases away from Gene Alley. That's going to be a web jam. So 2 magnificent plays in a row by Henry Aaron and Johnson with 3 scoreless frames. 1-0 after 3. Holy cow. Aaron doing it all. Leads the league in home runs. Oh, and he can go get them with the best of them in right. That's true, Frank. Yep, Maz too. Maz was not a 300 hitter. Alou, Torrey, and Cardi for the Braves. Felipe Alou 0 for 1 today. Veal into the windup. Pitches a 1-6 lefty, and that's hammered into deep left field. That could be over Mota's head, and it is. Alou all the way into second. He's in with standing with a leadoff double. Fifth hit for Atlanta, and here comes Joe Torre. And hello, Captain Carl, and thank you for the research. Yeah, I knew Cardi didn't catch many games. Just a little bit of rest, probably. That makes sense. And hello, Bill. Welcome. Let's see what Bill has to say here. Beer, nachos, Strat-O. Sunny day. Wife waiting for Mookie. Can't beat it. And hello to Larry. Glad you're enjoying the day. And greetings from sunny Maine. Beautiful day in Spokane as well. About 85. Partly cloudy, but very pleasant. Windows open today. Slight breeze. Runner at second. Here's Torrey. Singled his first time up. Scored the game's only run so far. Veal checks the runner. Pitch to Torrey's a 3-6. That ball is absolutely crushed to deep left field. Mota starts back and then holds up, and it lands way back. At least 8 rows in the left field seats, and it's a 2-run blast for Joe Torre. No doubt about it on a 3-6 left-handed. And that makes the score 3-0 Braves. Joe Torre has just hit his 8th home run of the season. So Veal, not exactly in top Veal form today. Braves so far making pork rinds out of him, and here's Cardi, 1 for 1. The pitch is a 4-3 right-handed, a grounder to first base X. Tough chance for Stargell. Stargell, a good error range though, a 3E4. Here's the play on a 12. It is the E range. Roll of a 10 on an E4, and Stargell makes the play. Throws to Veal covering, and that's the first out of the inning. 3-1X. Cardi retired. And here's Mac Jones. Jones singled in a run in the second. Veal's pitch on a 1-5, called strike 3. Two down, and here's Felix Millan. Line to short in the second. Veal gets the sign. The pitch to Felix is a 5-9 righty. Swung on and missed strike 3. So wow. After the home run by Torrey, Veal looked a bit more serious out there as he retires Carty, Jones, and Mian in order, striking out the last two. So, whoops, no, that is not a zero. That is not a zero, excuse me. 2 runs, 2 hits, nobody left, and it is 3-0 Atlanta. Ken Johnson's only allowed 2 singles so far. So, in other words, quite the opposite of what I expected coming into this one. On the other hand, I did mention that Johnson's card was underachieving, so he was due for one. Moda, Stargell, and Clemente, the heart of the order coming up. And Moda singled in the first. Do you mean for catchers, Captain Carl? He threw out 48.6? Or he was caught stealing that many? I can't believe he would run that much. Atlanta, Texas, which is by, I don't know. What is that near, Blaine? I spent some time in Texas City, Houston, and Tyler. More in my younger day. Okay, bottom of the... What the heck is... There we go. I didn't like that old Chad in there. Johnson's pitch to Manny Moda is going to be a 3-7 righty. Grounded to short, playable for Woodward. Fires it over to Torrey, 1 down. Big state. Definitely. Here's Stargell now. Johnson into the windup. That's going to be a 2-7 right-handed. Fly to center. Backing up is Jones. He's got it. 2 quick outs here in the 4th, and it's up to Clemente. Johnson's pitch on a 1-8. Grounder to short. Woodward charging it. Throws on the run just in time to nip the speedy Clemente. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Ken Johnson. We played 4. It's 3-0 Braves. Ken Johnson really on his game today. Veal looking a little off of his. So what major city is Atlanta by? Is it close to Houston or Dallas-Fort Worth at all? Not necessarily. Like I say, it's a big state. Just curious. Oh, interesting, Ben. I know where Texarkana is. I know where El Paso is. That's probably where Ben went to meet up with Marty Robbins, I guess. You're not kidding, Colin. Okay, 5th inning. Johnson, a right-handed batter. Veal's pitch, 3-7. Grounder to second base. Felix Mian will take it. Excuse me. Mazeroski will take it. Flips to Stargell, 1 down. Here's Menke, 0 for 2. Veal into the windup. That's going to be a 5-5 right-handed. It's a high fly ball to deep left field. Backing up is Moda at the track, at the wall. It's gone. Home run Menke. How about that? Let's take another look at that one. 5-5 righty. Homer to 5. He rolled the 5. Menke has the power. For Dennis Menke, his 5th home run of the season makes it 4-0 Braves. Second home run allowed by Veal. He came into the game having given up only 4 in 97 1/3 innings. The Braves playing a long ball today against Bob Veal. And here's Woody Woodward. Not that far from Tyler. Okay, thank you, Blaine. That kind of helps me to see it a little better. Woodward 1 for 2. Veal into the windup. That's a 6-8 right-handed. Fly ball the other way to right field. Clemente ranging over, and he's got it. And up steps Hank Aaron. Aaron 0 for 2 today. Veal gets the sign. 4-4 righty. His catcher's card X. That's Pagliarone. 3-2 behind the plate. On a 6, it's a pop out to the catcher, and the side is retired. The Braves, however, add on a run on Menke's home run, and they now lead it 4-0. Both starting pitchers rated 7 for endurance. Pirates come to bat in the bottom of the 5th, trailing by 4. Jim Pagliarone to start it off. Ken Johnson gets his sign into the windup. The pitch is a 4-5 right-handed, a grounder to shortstop, playable for Woodward, who throws him out. That is the 4th assist already for Woody Woodward. Throw in a pop out. 4 assists and a put out. There's Bill Mazeroski now. Johnson with the pitch. It's a 4-5 right-handed. Another grounder to shortstop. Woodward charging the roller. Scoops it up. Fires it to Torrey. And would you look at that, 4 of the last 5 plays made by Woody Woodward. Boy, Woody Woodward trying to make a case for the All-Star team. Here's the pitch to Bob Bailey. 5-4 right-handed, a big high pop-up to shallow center. Mac Jones drifting in, waiting for it to come down. And that'll do it. Another 1-2-3 inning for Ken Johnson, who's really on his game today. Through 5, it's 4-0 Braves. The floor is wide open and right for Veal jokes. I tell you, Ben, the Dodgers have not been swinging the bats for about 10 games, and running into Mizorowski didn't help. Well, honestly, Captain Carl, I haven't even decided for sure if I'm going to do an All-Star game or not, so we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. However, if I did, there's 2 ways I could do it. First of all, I would like input from all of you guys. Another thing we could do, or at least use as a guide, we could use the all-star selections from the Strat-O-Matic computer game. Okay, here's Veal as we go to the 6th. Most likely his last inning of work, as he's due to lead off the bottom of the inning. Felipe Alou will start it off. He's 1 for 2 today. Veal into the windup. It's a 4-2 right-handed. Alou lifts a high fly ball to deep left. Mota headed back, just shy of the track, pulls it in. Even some of the outs being well hit off at Veal here today. And here's Torrey, 2 for 2 with a home run. The pitch to Torrey is a 6-8 right-handed. He lifts it the other way to right field. Clemente backing up, and he pulls it in. So 5 in a row retired by Veal. He's finishing strong. The pitch to Carty's a 1-5 lefty, and he loses him ball 4. 2-out walk to Rico Carty. And the batter will be Mac Jones. Jones 1 for 2. Veal out of the stretch on a 6-9 left-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. It's 4 strikeouts for Veal. No runs, no hits, a man left. Score still 4-0. Bottom of the 6th, the Pirates will send up a pinch hitter for Veal. So Veal goes 6 today. 3, 4, 6, 7 hits, 4 runs, all earned. Walked 1. And struck out 4. Right. Pete Mickelson begins throwing. And we'll have a pinch hitter. Let's see who it's going to be. It's going to be Andre Rogers, pinch hitter extraordinaire for the team so far. Andre Rogers on the season, 10 for 30, a .333 average, mostly as a pitcher. Mostly as a pinch hitter, not as a pitcher. No home runs, no RBIs. He does have 2 doubles and a triple among the 10 hits. I agree, Bill. Yeah, I haven't even watched an All-Star game in several years. And I agree, Blaine, it wasn't all Manfred's fault. But yeah, the All-Star game has really lost its appeal. In fact, to be honest, I have watched the Home Run Derby, but I haven't watched an All-Star game in quite a few years now. Okay, here's Rogers leading off the bottom of the inning. Johnson into the windup. That's a .310 right-handed, and he draws the walk. Leadoff walk to Andre Rogers. Alou's 0 for 2 today. Standing in from the left side, Johnson out of the stretch now. It's going to be a 2-3 righty. Foul ball back at the plate. Carty throws the mask aside and makes the catch. Yeah, those uniforms don't help either. And the commissioner making appointees, and every team has to have a player. Hell, there's 30 teams now. Was that always a rule? I was just thinking about that the other day. Was it always at least one player from each team? It doesn't seem like it was, but oh, Captain Carl says, yes, it's always been that way. Okay. Runner at first, one down. Here's Alley. Johnson out of the stretch. 3-8 right-handed. That's going to be a high fly ball to deep left field. Going back is Alou at the track, at the wall, off the wall for extra bases. That's going to be a double for Alley. Rogers rounding. 11. Jones a 0. They will hold him up 1 through 11. No sense pressing your luck, trailing by 4. Rogers stops at third. Out to the mound goes Rico Cardi to check on Johnson. Clay Carroll begins to throw in the pen, joined by the lefty Dick Kelly. Second and third, one down. Here's Manny Mota. 4-0 Braves. Pirates threatening here in the bottom of the 6th. Johnson. Let's see how the Braves are going to play it. Leading by 4, they'll be back. Here's the pitch to Mota. 6-11 right-handed, grounder to second base B. Mian has it. His only play is to first, and a run will score on the play. So an out, 4-3. Scoring is Rogers and Alley to third. However, a big second out there. They'll gladly trade an out for a run. And here's Stargell. Momentary thoughts of putting him on, but you've got Clemente on deck. He'd be the tying run at the plate. Stargell 0 for 2. Runner at third, 2 down. Johnson comes in with a 5-2 left-handed, and he walks him. And the tying run will come to the plate in the form of Roberto Clemente. I'm not sure that's actually true, Frank. I think it was for a while, but I think it's come back in the last few years. First and third, 2 down. Johnson, big at bat. Might be his last batter. The pitch to Clemente's a 5-5 ready. It's a high fly ball to deep left field. Going back is Alou at the track, at the wall. It's off the wall for extra bases. That's going to be a double for Clemente. Alley scores. Stargell can try to score. To center field. 12, 14. They're going to send Stargell. Throw to the plate. He scores. And Clemente winds up at third. Stargell scoring all the way from first, and suddenly it's a 1-run game. And here comes Bragan, and that will do it for Johnson. Johnson pitched a magnificent 5 innings. And we're going to look for the double switch. as Clay Carroll comes in from the pen. Gary Geiger will come in the double switch. There's a good video on YouTube which surprised me. It kind of actually changed my opinion of Manfred, honestly. It's called something like Manfred Saved Baseball, or The Man Who Saved Baseball, something like that. Basically pointing out that attendance and revenue have done nothing but trend upwards in Manfred's term. I guess you'd call it a term. Carroll goes into the 7th spot. So Geiger, a 2 in center. Carroll in Jones' spot. I actually have come around on the Ghost Runner. I don't like it in a vacuum, but with pitching injuries the way they are, who needs a 15, 16 inning game? Runner at third, 2 down. Pagliarone at the plate. Carroll ready to go. Let's check Carroll's numbers before he pitches here. 3 and 4, 3 saves, 3.78 ERA. The pitch to Pagliarone. 6-7 right-handed. A grounder to third. Menke has it, throws him out. And Carroll comes in and shuts the door. But 3 runs for the Pirates on 2 hits. They leave 1. After 6 complete, it's a 4-3 ball game. Holy cow, now we got a game. Welcome to Joel Horland. Yeah, but they can't anymore, Bill. That's the thing. I'd love to see that too. Only a handful can get more than 4 outs. Because everything's max effort now, and it has to be. I mean, look at the size of these batters. Not so much the velocity, but the spin. All of these guys can square up 100 miles an hour straight. It's almost no problem for them. Pete Mickelson will take over for the Pirates as we go to the 7th here in what is now a very close game. Felix Millan will start it off for the Braves. He's 0 for 2 today. Mickelson on the season, 1-1, 3 saves, and a 3.38 ERA, right-handed pitcher. The windup, the pitch to Millan is a 2-6 righty, and he bangs that right up the middle and into center field for a leadoff single. Mian with excellent speed, now on base for the first time today. Mickelson is 0, Pagliarone is 0, so Mian an 18 held at 16. Gary Geiger steps to the plate. Geiger, 23 for 86, a 267 average, and he has 4 home runs. Mian rolling for the lead, 2-3-5. 6, he just misses it. Mickelson out of the stretch. The pitch for Gary Geiger is a 3-7 right-handed. It's a grounder to first base, single to 12. And it's a single for Geiger. Mian has to stop at second on the 1-star single. And the Braves answering right back here in the top of the 7th. First and second, nobody out. And the batter will be Menke. Honestly, they'll never do it, but here's what I say. Raise the mound back up to where it was pre-69 and call the strike zone the way it's written if you want to help the pitchers. But see, nobody wants that because that would greatly impact scoring. Menke. I'm taking a minute here on this. Menke lays it down. He's a B, a 5B, and it's a successful sacrifice bunt for Menke. The Pirates didn't see that one coming. Menke had homered his last time up. Mian to third, Geiger to second. And the Braves have insurance runs in scoring position with 1 away. Woody Woodward at bat, Hank Aaron to follow. And the Pirates will pull the infield in for Woody Woodward, an A bunter. And Woodward squares to bunt. It's the squeeze play. 5B, and the run will score. Squeeze play works to perfection. Mian scores. Geiger to third. Give Woodward an RBI with an excellent squeeze. Wrong color. How about that? I don't do it very often. 5-3 Braves, and now they're going to hold up 4 wide ones for Henry Aaron. They're going to put Aaron on and pitch to Alou. I can hear the boos already. But how about that Woody Woodward? I can't help it. First and third, 2 down, Mickelson to Alou. Here's the pitch on a 6'10 righty. Big high pop-up to shallow center field. Here comes Matty Alou waiting on it, and that will do it. But the Braves literally squeeze across a run in the top of the 7th, and as we stretch, they lead it 5-3. Yeah, when's the last time anybody has seen a bunt? I can't even remember. They're talking about moving it back. I don't think they'll lower it anymore. Okay, a couple things here as we go to stretch. We're going to take a short break. First thing first, coffee. And then for those of you guys who don't know, most of you guys know about this, I think. But anyway, Strat-O-Matic. Let me find it here. Okay, under the league stats section, they keep their own tally. Now, what events go into those votes, I do not know. But that would be your National League All-Star team, according to Strat-O-Matic. Torrey and Hundley, the catchers, Parker and Bill White at first, Morgan Lefevre at second, Santo and Jim Ray Hart at third, Gene Alley and Sonny Jackson, Alou, Wynn, and Aaron in the outfield, Stargell, Willie Mays, and Billy Williams, second team, Koufax, Gibson, Marichal, Bunning, Regan, Veal, Sutton, Blassingame, McCool, Jaster, Knowles, and Fay. So that's what, 4 relief pitchers out of the 12. I mean, that's pretty good, I think. Do you want to look at the American League? Why not? We're already there. We might as well. You've got Echebarren and Batty, the catchers, Powell and Whitfield at first, Buford and Bernie Allen at second. See, I don't like that because Buford hasn't played second base in weeks. He's a third baseman now. Killebrew and Brooks Robinson at third, Fregosi and Aparicio at short, Reichart, Fred Valentine, and Frank Robinson in the outfield with Bleffery, AG, and Kaline, the second team. Sam McDowell, Tiant, Palmer, Larry Sherry, Boswell, Cott, Chance, Stu Miller, Barber, Hall, Sonny Siebert, and Klein. So that is, how many relievers in that group? Well, 4, also 4 relievers out of the 12. That one I could nitpick a little more than the National League, but it's not bad. Well, exactly, Carl. It's exactly what they do. I just don't know what events are given certain weights by them. And there's the star of the show. Yeah, I'll drink to that, Ben. I'm tired of these fans trying to interfere with they're not trying to, but interfering with the game. What's up there, Mook? Are you having a day? And he knows it too, doesn't he? He knows he's the star. Go crazy. Go crazy, Mook. Meow, meow. Meow, meow. Meow. What do you got to say for yourself? Huh? Yeah, I agree, Joel. I'm just throwing ideas out there. I'd really rather you guys vote on it. I'm not sure how you set that up, though. It might be kind of overwhelming to tabulate, is what I'm thinking. I'm not saying I will do an All-Star game, but if I do, it'll be on the Windows version. That much is for sure. The last thing I want to do is remove a bunch of cards from their teams and end up putting them back in the wrong teams. Which, knowing me, that's almost a guarantee that would happen. The life of the cat. I'll tell you what, I've said it before. I'll say it again. If there's such a thing as reincarnation, I want to come back as a cat in a nice house. Yeah, that's why if I do it, it'll be Windows. It'd be easy to make another league for the All-Star and just drag guys over. I mean, not easy, but hell of a lot easier than playing around with the cards. All right, back to the action. We got a good one here. Braves 5, Pirates 3. Sure. Who's paying for it, Frank? Thank you, Mrs. Ivemy. The pleasure is all mine, and Mookie's, of course. All right, Clay Carroll only worked a third of an inning so far. And he's due to bat third in the 8th. Okay, so Carroll it shall be. Mazeroski, Bailey, and a pinch hitter for the Pirates. Maz is 1 for 2 today. Clay Carroll gets the sign. That's a 1-6 righty, and that's lined up the middle for a leadoff single. Here come the Bucks. Neither of these teams ever out of a game with their offenses. And here's Bailey now. The left-hander Dick Kelly is joined by the righty Ted Abernathy in the Atlanta pen as Bob Bailey steps up to bat. He's 0 for 2 today. I just saw Colin's comment. And let's put some traffic cones in the outfield while we're at it. Carroll for the stretch. It's a 4-7 right-handed. That's a fly ball to center. Backing up is Mac Jones. Double to 5, and Jones hauls it down. Nice play by Mac Jones. 1 down. And we will have a pinch hitter for Mickelson. Mickelson works just 1 inning. Gave up 2 hits and a run. 1 walk, it was intentional, no strikeouts. Give me a moment here to look at Pittsburgh's usage display. It's between McBean and Sisk, basically. Al McBean will throw. Runner at first, 1 away. The batter will be Don Clendenin. Clendenin hitting .300 on the year, 11 home runs, 35 RBIs. Both of those numbers second on the team to Stargell. And he represents the tying run at the plate. Runner at first, 1 out. Carroll from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Clendenin now. It's a 2-3. Cold. Strike 3. Holy cow, Clendenin is furious. He's arguing with Augie Donatelli to no avail. Now with 2 down, it'll be up to Matty Alou. Carroll checks the runner. Cincinnati, 3-2 right-handed, and he hits him. Holy smoke. Alou hit by the pitch. Got a roll for it. He takes his base. Down to second goes Mazeroski. So the tying runs are aboard with 2 down. National League batting leader, Gene Alley. And if you like, current front runner for All-Star shortstop. Runners take their lead. Carroll, full windup. The pitch to Alley on a 3-3. He walks him to load him up. Holy smoke. Now batting, Manny Mota. Oh, my Stargell on deck. This figures to be Carroll's last hitter. Dick Kelly is ready. If Carroll can't get Mota, there's no way they're going to let him pitch to Willie Stargell. Mota 1 for 3 today. Runners take their lead. The pitch from Carroll is a 6-3 right-handed. It's a fly to left field X. Tough chance for Alou. Alou, a fine outfielder. 2E7. Going back on the ball now on an 18. He makes a fine running catch, and the side is retired. Nice grab by Alou. 7X. And the Pirates waste a huge opportunity here in the bottom of the 7th. They leave the bases loaded. No runs, 1 hit, 3 left on. After 7, it's 5-3 Atlanta. Jogging in is Al McBean will take over the pitching duties for Pittsburgh here in the 8th inning. I'm laughing at Frank's remark there. God, I hope not, Frank. Earthquake. That's a morbid thought. Holy cow. Where the hell are my gummies? Oh my goodness. Just a reminder, no games for the next 3 days. I'll be back with you on Monday. Saturday, of course, a celebration of life for my late mother. And we have family arriving today from out of town. And more coming tomorrow. Al McBean, let's check his numbers. 2-0, 2.63 in 18 appearances. He'll be facing Torrey Carty on the pitcher's spot. Left on base. Yes, sirree. It is a killer. Torrey, 2 for 3. Singled, 2-run homer, flew to right. McBean gets the sign. The windup and the pitch on a 4-4 right-handed fly to center X. That's Matty Alou. Alou ranging to his left. 2E11. Here's the play on a 2. He's not going to get it. That drops in for a base hit. It would have taken a 1 to make that catch. And it's a leadoff hit for Joe Torrey, his 3rd hit of the afternoon. Quite a game for Mr. Torrey. And here's the catcher. Give a moment for a chuckle. Rico Carty. Carty 1 for 2 with the walk. McBean gets the sign from the stretch. 4-7 right-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. McBean fans Cardi. 1 away, and here's Mac Jones. Nope, here's not Mac Jones. Here's the pitcher. Clay Carroll, who I never wrote in. They're going to hit for him. Five 2/3 for Johnson, 1 1/3 for Carroll. And against the righty McBean, the Braves will send up Eddie Matthews to pinch hit. Matthews, 272 on the year, 6 home runs, 18 RBIs. Thank you, Frank. I appreciate that. Runner at first, 1 away. Right-handed Mian on deck. McBean out of the stretch. That's going to be a 4-6, and that's banged into right for a base hit. Torrey's going to go all the way to third again. That's twice today. Torrey's gone first to third on a single. Joe Torrey wearing his track shoes today. Runners at the corners, 1 away. 5-3 Braves. They're looking for insurance here in the top of the 8th. Felix Mian, the batter. He's 1 for 3. Infield at double play depth. McBean with the pitch. 2-6 right-handed. Single up the middle. That's going to score Torrey. Matthews can try to go to third. They'll hold him at second on the RBI single by Felix Mian. That makes the score 6-3. And the batter will be Gary Geiger. We've got action again in the Pirate pen. The right-handed Don Schwall tossing down there. First and second, 1 away. McBean, full windup to pitch to Gary Geiger on a 6-6 lefty. Swung on and missed, strike 3. 3 singles and 2 strikeouts against McBean this inning, and it's up to Menke. 1 for 3 with a homer. McBean, whoops, that was out of the dish. Re-roll as Menke fouls it back. McBean set. Here's the next pitch to Menke. It's a 4-7 right-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. So McBean strikes out 3 in the inning. But the Braves tack on an insurance run on 3 hits. They leave a pair. And they lead at 6-3. Let's check their defense. We could leave Matthews in. No, Menke's a better defensive third baseman. He'll stay in. We will replace Mian at second, however. Frank Bowling will take over at second for Felix Mian. .316, he's a 10 runner. I'd say Cardi, but no. And on comes Ted Abernathy. Well, Abernathy warms up. Let's clean up these pitching numbers a little bit here. Johnson, 5 2/3. Only allowed 4 hits. All 3 of the runs. He walked 2. Struck out 2. Carroll, 1 1/3. 1 hit, no runs. A walk and a hit batter, and 1 strikeout. Well, I would say, once again, Frank and everybody, the player of the game does not have to be from the winning team. It's the player that had the best performance, I think. Okay, let's look at Abernathy. Uh-oh. What did I do there? I lost all of my stat screens for a moment there. Hang on. Since coming over to Atlanta, Abernathy's been in 5 games. He's 0-1 with 4 saves and has not allowed a run. So how he took that loss is beyond me. 5 2/3 innings, 1 hit, 1 walk. Overall numbers for Abernathy: 0-2, 9 saves, and a 2.82. Abernathy, of course, came over from the Cubs. Stargell, Clemente, and Pagliarone coming up here in the bottom of the 8th. Stargell 0 for 2 with the walk. Abernathy into the windup. Here's the pitch to Stargell. It's a 4-2. He lifts a high fly ball to right. Aaron is there. Just shy of the track, hauls it in. 1 down. Roberto Clemente will come to bat now. He's 1 for 3. 2-run double in the 6th. Abernathy gets the sign. The pitch to Clemente is a 4-7 right-handed, and he loses in ball 4. A 1-out walk to Clemente. That'll make Jim Pagliarone the tying run at the plate. 1 away. Jim 0 for 3 today. Oh yes, 3 runs, 2 RBIs. I totally agree. Torrey's having the game. Clemente at first taking his lead. Abernathy from the stretch. 112 righty. It's a hard grounder to short. It's Woodward. Shovels it to Mion for 1. Sorry, to Bowling for 1. On to Torrey. 6-4-3 double play. And that really takes the wind out of the sails of these home fans. No runs, no hits, and nobody left on. 8 innings in the books. It is 6-3 Braves. So he wasn't the tying run at the plate either. My apologies. Forgot about that insurance run. So who the hell is pitching? McBean? Yeah, he pitched 1 inning. I got confused with all this. Can't read my own writing. Okay, McBean. McBean, 3 right-handers coming up. He will pitch the 9th. Woodward, Aaron, and Alou. Woody, 1 for 3. That actually does not count as an at-bat for him. McBean, the windup and the pitch. It's a 6'10 right-handed fly ball to straightaway center. Matty Alou is right there, and he makes the catch. Here's Henry Aaron, 0 for 3. He was walked intentionally in the 7th. McBean into the windup. Pitch to Aaron on a 5-4 righty will be catcher's card. That's Pagliarone. 3-2. On an 18, it's a foul out to the catcher, 2 down. So Aaron's silent with the bat today, but he did draw the intentional walk and make a couple of nice plays in right. Here's Alou now with 2 away. The pitch from McBean, a 2-7 righty, grounds it to short. Gene Alley's got it. Flips it over to Stargell, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for McBean. We go to the bottom of the 9th in a 6-3 game. Abernathy trying to notch his 10th save of the season. I want to thank everybody for watching. Interesting game today. Braves took a 4-0 lead. It looked like they were going to win it going away. And the Pirates made it close with 3 in the bottom of the 6th before the Braves notched single runs in the 7th and in the 8th. Mazeroski, Bailey, and a pinch hitter to face Abernathy here in the bottom of the 9th. Maz 2 for 3 today. Abernathy gets the sign. The pitch is a 2-4 right-handed. He pops him up left side. It's Woodward. He's got it. 1 down, and here's Bob Bailey now. Bailey 0 for 3 today. Abernathy gets his sign. The pitch, 1-5 right-handed. Base hit into right field for Bailey. 1 out single for Bailey, and now we will have a pinch hitter for McBean. Not a whole lot left on the bench. Left-handed hitters, basically Lynch and Gonder. Gonder hit in this game in real life. I'm going to go with Jesse Gonder. I'm going to check his stats here too. I don't believe Gonder's played much at all. Let's take a look. More than I thought. He's 8 for 29, a 276 average, no homers, 5 RBIs. He does have a triple. Bailey, no threat to steal. Abernathy, a glance at first. The pitch to Gonder on a 2-3 right. He gets a comebacker. Abernathy's got it. He goes down to Millan for 1, on to first, double play, and that's the ball game. 1-4-3 twin killing ends the game. Braves win it 6-3. Totals in a moment. That was fun. Thank you, Bill. Bang, bang, double play. Abernathy. To Millan. To Torrey. And in the 8th as well, man. Yeah, 8th and 9th innings. When the Pirates started to threaten. Double play. The win goes to Johnson. He's 3-4 now. Veal takes the loss. He's now 8-5. McBean in his 2 innings gave up 3 hits and a run. No walks, 3 strikeouts. Abernathy worked 2 innings for the save, his 10th of the season. 1 hit, 1 walk, no runs, and no strikeouts. Yep, I'd have to agree. Joe Torre, the player of the game. 3 hits, a 2-run homer, 2 RBIs, 3 runs scored. Pretty easy choice today. Joe Torre is your Chief Spokane Gary player of the game. And the totals, the Braves 6 runs, 12 hits, no errors. The Pirates 3 runs, just 6 hits, no errors. I keep bumping the table, I'm sorry. I have to admit I've got the jitters. I'm kind of excited to see my uncle and his wife and others. Thank you, Unmitigated. I appreciate it. March 1st, actually, she passed. It's taken us this long to put this schedule and put this thing together. Actually, I kind of left it up to my sister because, frankly, she's the one that has to work. I'm retired. I just said, you know what, you schedule it when it works for you. And it's fine. The only downside, of course, is it's going to be hot now, but that's okay. Thank you, Blaine. Appreciate it. Thank you, Franklin. Thank you, everybody. 1 game left to play on the 10th. June 10th, that is, of course. And it's going to be the Dodgers at the Giants. That should be a good series. Sandy Koufax and the lefty Joe Gibbon. 2 left-handers. I have to admit, I haven't gone out of order on the schedule yet, but I was tempted to. I really thought briefly about doing the Dodger-Giant today and pushing the Brave Pittsburgh back, but I'm glad I didn't because this was a really good game. So it's Koufax on tentatively Monday. I'm pretty sure it'll be Monday. Possibly, maybe Sunday, but I really doubt it. I'm not going to schedule it. I'll schedule it for Monday. And we'll just have to see how it goes. Excuse me. Hello there, Chuck. Did Lee Elia just pass? Oh, we've had so much fun talking about him. Rest in peace, Lee Elia. That makes it a good day as any, if you haven't seen it yet, to look up the Lee Elia rant on YouTube. Also, check out that Manfred Saved Baseball video, or the man who saved baseball. Might change your mind, or at least make you think twice about Manfred. I know it did me. And with that, I'm going to get out of here, get ready for the weekend, and wish you all a fantastic weekend. I'll see you all on Monday. Take care, everybody. So long for now.